Hello guys, welcome to today's session. So today we will be discussing about mutual fund versus index fund, and we will be studying various aspects of them as well, right? But before starting the session, if you are new here, you can go in the description. There is a link below with the help of which you can download and install the Quantsapp Wealth application. After successful registration, you will get some free tools that you can use in your investment journey. Also, in the application, there is a video library in which we have made multiple videos for you based on various strategies that can help you in your investment. Okay. Now, at any point of time, if you are having any kinds of doubts or query regarding to them, you can call us. The number will be shown here. Okay. So we will be there to sort your queries out. Right. So let's get back to today's video, and that is the mutual fund and index fund and how you can choose, okay, in between these two, right? So first of all, what is the definition of them? So let's see. Okay, now when we talk about the mutual fund, okay, so mutual fund is a kind of a pool of money that your fund manager takes from various investors, right? So let me show you how. Just a second. Okay, so it is a pool of money, you can say. Okay, so your fund manager will take the investment from various investors. Okay, for example, someone gave 50,000, someone gave 1 lakh, okay, someone gave 10,000. Okay, so it takes all the investment from various investors, and then this pool of money will be invested in a diversified you can say sectors or portfolio, right? Some of them will be given in the small caps, some of them will be given in the mid caps, some of the investment will be given in the large caps, okay, and so on. When we talk about the index fund, so in index fund, what happens in index funds? Okay, in index fund, they will not go with the active approach. Okay, they will not go with that much of research and the active buying and selling, but they will just replicate. They will just replicate the performance of index. Okay, for example, S&P 500. Right, so they will just replicate. For example, if it is giving a good result, if it is in the uptrend, so they will also replicate its performance. Okay, they will go with the stocks that it is consisting and giving good returns overall. Okay, so that is the main difference between the mutual fund, as you can see, mutual fund and index. So the definition is also written here. Okay, mutual fund and index fund, understanding the difference. So let's see what's ahead in the PPT. Okay, yeah, so what are mutual funds? So definition is given here. Mutual funds are the investment vehicles that pool money out of multiple investors to purchase a diversified portfolio of stock bonds, right? So when we are talking about mutual fund, what it will consist? It will consist of stocks as well. Okay, it will consist of bond as well. Okay, and it can be, there can be multiple things also. For example, the mixture of your equity and debt, you can say. Okay, so there will be a mixture of equity and debt funds. Okay, or it can be in the ratio of 40 to 50, okay, or 60 40, 50 50, okay, 30 70, can be like this also, right? Now, what was the aim? So the aim is to achieve the best returns for the investors. Okay, they are aiming for good returns. For example, if Nifty is providing the annual returns of 26%, so their aim is to do better than the Nifty index. So they just keep continuously researching the market, okay, buying at low, selling at high. Okay, so these type of thing they do, and their aim is to get the more returns as comparison to any index or the overall market, right? So this is what the mutual funds are, right? Now let's see, just wait a second. Okay, now you can also see here, if we talk about the index fund, so as I have told you, it is also written in the definition. Index funds are a type of mutual fund designed to replicate the performance of a specific market index, right? As I have told you, like S&P 500, so it is given here. Okay, they typically have lower fees. Now, why they are charging lower fees? Because they are not doing any work, any research by themselves, but just replicating the performance of stocks in that particular index, right? So that is why their fees is lower. Okay, they are not doing that much of research as we have seen in the mutual funds, right? That were the active type, but their approach is more of a passive type. Right, passive type. They just keep analyzing the index, and whatever is happening in the index, they will just replicate it. Okay, they don't want to take that much risk. They don't want to do that much of work, right? So that is why they are charging a lower fees due to of their passive management. So you can see it is written here. Making them an appealing option for many investors. So it can be appealing option for many investors. Why? Because the investors who don't want to take that much of risk okay, with the market, with the index, because in index there will be so many stocks which will be impacted by the volatility. So that is why it can be a good option for those who don't want to take that much risk, right? Okay, so I hope itna aapko clear ho gaya hoga. Okay, let's go to the next PPT. Now if we talk about the key differences, so the main difference between mutual funds and index fund lie in their management style. Okay, so I'll tell you about the management style. As I have told you, there are two type of approaches. First one, the active one, and the second one is the passive ones. Okay, the first one is the passive ones. So the mutual funds will go with this approach, the active ones. Okay, they are doing the aggressive research. Okay, and that is why they are giving you good growth, or you can say good returns, okay, in a short span of time. But when the index fund, they are choosing the passive approach, it means they will give you good returns, but it will take time, right? So their approach is very passive. Now when they are doing this type of they are choosing this type of options, so it will also include, their charges will also differ. So for active, because of their work management, because of their management, they will charge you higher fees. Okay, higher fees, and there will be expense charges included, brokerage included, right? So they will charge you higher fees. In passive approach, they will charge you lower fees. Okay, because the fees and the charges of their management is not that much. Okay, so that is why here you will get the lower fees, but in which mutual funds you can see the higher fees because of their management, right? They will provide you good management as well. Okay, so that was the thing. Okay, now while the index funds are passively managed, so you can also read this. Okay, now we will talk about the pro and cons, okay, of the mutual fund and index fund also. So both mutual funds and index funds have their pros and cons. Mutual funds offer professional management and potential for high returns. Okay, so as I have told you, if you want to gain a good profit, okay, or a higher profit, but it will also include, because whenever there is a good profit, so it also includes a higher risk profile, right? So if you are capable of facing that much of risk, so you can go with the mutual fund. It will consist of higher risk, but as well as it can give you a good returns. Okay, in comparison to that, if you will go with the index funds, so it will provide you lower cost, lower fees, okay, good returns, moderate returns, and at the same time there will be you can say low expenses charges, low risk profile, but the growth and the return of the index fund will not be that much of the म्यूचुअल फंड्स. उनकी तरीके की नहीं होगी. अगर आपका म्यूचुअल फंड आपको 30% का दे रहा है, 30% का रिटर्न दे रहा है, ठीक है, तो इसमें रिस्क भी इंक्लूड होगा. बट आपका उसी टाइम पे जो इंडेक्स फंड है, इसका करीबन आपका 20 to 25 ऐसे कुछ रहेगा. ठीक है, सो देयर विल बी अ डिफरेंस इन रिटर्न्स एज वेल. ठीक है, ओके. नाउ इंडेक्स फंड प्रोवाइड लोअर कॉस्ट, सिंप्लिसिटी, बट लैक ऑफ एक्टिव मैनेजमेंट, एसेस योर इन्वेस्टमेंट. ओके, तो इसी के बेसिस पे आपको अपना चूज करना है कि इफ यू वांट टू गो विद द इंडेक्स फंड्स, ठीक है, हु लाइक्स टू गो विद द बेंचमार्क हगिंग, और इफ यू वांट टू गो विद द म्यूचुअल फंड्स, ठीक है, विच लाइक्स टू इन्वेस्ट अग्रेसिवली, okay, in search of good returns as comparison to the indexes, right? So guys, that was it for today's video. ठीक है, तो हमने आज बात करी किसके ऊपर, इंडेक्स वर्सेस आपका म्यूचुअल फंड हो गया, इसके ऊपर हमने बात करी, काफी डिटेल से हमने इसके ऊपर चर्चा करी. अगर आपको पसंद आए, यू कैन लाइक द वीडियो, यू कैन शेयर इट विद योर फ्रेंड्स एज वेल. ठीक है, जो अभी इन्वेस्टमेंट के स्टार्टिंग में है एज अ बिगिनर. ओके, कमेंट कर सकते हो नीचे. एंड थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर टाइम. दिस इज योर ट्रेनर अंकित सिंह रावत. हैव अ वेरी गुड डे.